Give it up for Richard, everybody.
So one day in high school, I walked into math class, put all my stuff down, took my seat, put my feet up. Each desk had like a basket under the seat where you could store extra books, so I put my feet on that and the one in front of me, let my legs kind of fall to the side. And I was wearing shorts at the time. It was Florida, it was hot, you know. So all the kids then file in, take their seats. The teacher then takes her podium, starts taking roll. And I'm directly in front of her podium, maybe about 3 rows back. And she says, she notices my legs, and she says, "Richard, those are the most disgusting legs I've ever seen in my life." And the whole class laughed, because apparently my physical appearance is a punchline at all times. And I started to get mad. I'm like, she can't say that to me. She's a teacher. I'm an AB student. I do my homework. I'm a good kid. I don't deserve this shit from her. So in the matter of seconds, I looked at her and I said, "Yeah, well, your face is ugly." And then the whole class went, "Ooh," you know. And then I suddenly become scared because I'm an AB student. I'm a good kid. I do my homework. I don't do things like this, for Christ's sake. What did I just do to myself? And she says, she gets the she's like, "All right, class, settle down. Richard, now you need to apologize for what you just said." And I thought, no. So I looked at her and I said no. And that was the easy one to say. But then she kept pressuring me to apologize several times. And each time I said no, no, no. And each no became a little weaker than the one before it, because I've never stood up to authority like this before. And finally she gets to the point where she says, "Richie, you need to apologize. This is your final warning, or you're going to the principal's office." And I'm not the kind of kid that goes to the principal's office. That was very scary at the time. But I still couldn't bring myself to do it. I just folded my arms, looked down toward my desk, and said, "No." And the kids were silent in the class. They couldn't believe I was doing this. And she says, "All right, you're going to the principal's office. Follow me." And that's when I knew things were weird already, because teachers don't give you a personal escort to the principal's office. They just tell you to go, and they keep teaching. So when I saw this happening, I thought, what's going on? And I looked at her and I said, "Should I take my stuff?" And she's like, "Yeah, get your things. Come follow me." So I get my stuff, like my bag, my trumpet, my box of candy for some stupid fundraiser. And I march out of the classroom, I follow her, and we walk not toward the principal's office, but in the opposite direction, down the hall to a classroom that was unoccupied at the time. And that's where she sat me down, and she kept pressuring me, "Richard, you need to apologize. I'm an authority figure. You need to show me respect." And I said, "No, you need to apologize because you made fun of me first." And I forget exactly what I said, but I impressed upon her that I can take that shit from the other kids, because they're just kids, they're morons. But when stuff gets out of hand with them, she's the one I'm supposed to go to handle things. She can't be one of my bullies too. I wasn't that eloquent at 15, but I said something like that. And she must have known too that if I do go to the principal's office, there's going to be a paper trail, there's going to be letters, there's going to be problems, and stuff is not going to look good on her end of the deal. But she kept pressuring me, and finally it got to the point where she said, "All right, you're correct. I'm sorry I made fun of your legs." And I said, "Thank you. I'm sorry for what I said about your face." And then we walked back to class. I think we shook hands as well. Then we walked back to class, it was settled, and we opened the door, and there's an instant hush that falls over all the students in the classroom. And I take my seat, and she takes the podium. Then all of a sudden, all these kids that never want to talk to me ever, they don't even know I exist, they can't stop chattering at me like, "Oh my God, where'd you go? What'd she say? What'd you say? What did you do? Why are you back? What happened?" And I just looked at them all, and I said, "We talked. It's done."